Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Shondarian. Welcome back to my channel. So, I know it's been a long time coming. I've been promising this video for a while, and I'm finally here to deliver. So I'm gonna finally get into this video with 8 and break him down as best I can for you. A few of you have requested this video from me. They said you've been having some trouble with figuring out how to use 8's kit. So I'm gonna do my best in breaking him down piece by piece. If there's anything that I don't cover that you need answered, please let me know down in the comments and I'll get an answer for you ASAP. But yeah, man, for those of you who know, 8 is my guy. For those of you on my friends list, you know 8 has been there since he dropped. And you will have to ask me to change him because, yeah, man, I just roll 8 like that. But yeah, man, so, yeah, let's go and hop into this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them to this co-op just because I like the two enemies. They're set up in a way that's gonna help me discuss some principles with him, some do's and don'ts, some oh yeah, I'm doing solo. What am I doing? So yeah, I'm gonna just cover some rule of thumb, some general battle tactics, discuss his abilities. What to do and what not to do in certain situations, some do's and don'ts, you know. So bear with me. 8 is a very technical character, so bear with me. I've got a lot to discuss. And yeah, man, 8 first drew my attention like a year ago in JP when I saw him solo Frit in a Chaos run. And which brings me to this. 8 is a solo character. He definitely works best alone. The reason being is because he wants to be targeted at all times, much like Zack in Warrior of Light. And he's not, I wouldn't call him a tank per se, because he can be caught slipping and it will cost him severely. But I mean, I guess you can call him a tank of sorts. I don't know. But 8 is not meant to be touched, put it that way. He doesn't like to be touched. He's going to evade everything if you use him properly. And he's going to make the enemy pay dearly for trying to touch him. So that's what we're here to talk about. So with him being alone, of course, he's the only target, which is what he loves. So let's talk about 8's primary focuses in the battle. He has 2 primary things he wants to do at all times as much as possible. First one being is this buff he starts with right here, the Phantom Rush Evasion. So that's an ability, a buff he gets from his EX ability. If you're 2 out of, if you're 2 out of 3 at least for his EX weapon, he starts the battle with this buff, and it guarantees evasion 100%. He's gonna evade everything and then counterattack directly after with his break sight blow, which is the most awesome combo ever in an RPG, man. I love it. Well, in this RPG, I love the way it looks. I think it's a 7-hit melee counterattack and physical damage. So if you're fighting physical resistant enemies, he's not going to be as effective unless you bring somebody like Lulu along with him. But anyway. So you want to make sure he has his buff on at all times. That's the only way he's going to evade. A few of you have sent me videos of your 8 fights, and you've been wondering why you've been getting hit, and that's why. When that buff drops off, he's going to get hit like everybody else. So you want to make sure that remains. And that's why he only gets 2 of them, because if he had like 3, 4, or more, like 8, wow, 8, that really just happened. But he would literally be broken if he had that many of these evasion buffs. He would never be touched, and he would counterattack everybody in the game for free. You know, 8 is all about getting free damage. Look at it that way. So you see his HP attack, right? Nothing special about it right now. What you want to do is make sure he has both of these buffs active. The quick bow stance buff, which he starts with as well. I can't remember if he starts with it when he's 2 out of 3, or if he always starts with this buff. I just can't remember. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments if you need him to be 2 out of 3 to start with the quick bolt. I can't remember. But the second objective for 8, besides his Phantom Rush, is the HP attack turns into Light Speed Jab when you have Last Stand Rush active as well. So let's go ahead and get that activated right now. We're going to use the activate Last Stand Rush. And they're going to try to touch 8. He's going to make him pay for it because he's awesome like that. And B just saw what happened, but he's so stupid he's going to try it anyway. And just like enemies that fight Bruce Lee, it's like 20 of them. He knocks out the first 19, and then the 20th guy for some reason thinks he's going to, do any different. That's pretty much what just happened right there. Don't be that guy. But anyway, so now we have one more Phantom Rush buff, right? Which means the next turn I go is going to drop off. And this is where a lot of you are going wrong when you send me these videos. That's why you're getting hit. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. But I'm going to... Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and show you. Let's go ahead and use an ability as you would. You're thinking everything is fine and dandy. Use your quick bow stance, thinking you have an evasion buff, but it drops off. And now you're vulnerable to get hit. Or not, because 8 jumps ahead. That was horrible. Forget it. Let's go ahead and use this then. So now 8 is going to pay for not having his guard up. Ooh. Yeah, so see? Death. That's what you don't want to do. Alright, that's what happens when you don't have your guard up with 8. So, I started again. We have this Phantom Rush. Well, he already starts with 2, but just for the heck of it, let's do it again. Alright, let's go ahead and activate his Light Speed Jab. Which again, you activate Light Speed Jab by having this quick bolt and his Last Stand Rush at the same time activated. That's a must. Very, very important. 8's gameplay revolves around that Light Speed Jab Plus and his Phantom Rush buff. Those are his 2 core elements. Alright, now his Light Speed Jab Plus should be active. Or Light Speed Jab regular. So to get the Plus version, you simply do a Brave attack while this is active, and it will turn Plus. But again, I only have 1 more of these left, so you have to pay attention, because if I go now, I'm going to get attacked again and likely die. Which is where his Bloomstone ability comes in. Alright? If you're ever caught in a situation where you're stuck and you're probably going to die next turn with 8, that's where these come in. This increases his Brave and extends his buff durations by 2 turns, all 3 of them. Alright? But therein lies the glitch I was mentioning to some of you. So, for some reason, 8's Bloomstone doesn't do what it says it does. Not completely anyway. It says it increases the buff durations by 2 turns, right? You all see that. But it only increases it by 1 turn. And here's what I mean. I'm going to use it. And look at his Phantom Rush booth. You see how it says 1, right? So it's going to increase it to 3, right? 1 plus 2 is 3, right? We got that part. But then it's going to drop back down to 2. Which means it only increases by 1 in the end. So that's a glitch or a flaw in the game they need to address. I don't know. But watch. I'm going to use it. It goes to 3. And then back to 2. Which means it only increased by 1. So, yeah. Just so you can see it again. Again, it increases by 2 turns. So I'm going to use it. It's going to increase to 4 and then down to 3. So it doesn't increase by 2, it increases by 1. So that needs to be fixed. So if somebody knows how to get a hold of Square, holler at them. But anyway, now we're good for the battle. No matter what we do, we're gonna win because they're both gonna try to attack me, and I got the counterattacks on deck. So this battle is over. I'll go ahead and I'll start up another fight just to continue showing you some more of what to do with 8 and what not to do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we are back. I'm going to dive right back into the battle. Alright, let's talk about a few more scenarios on how to deal with 8 and his enemies. By the way, anything I don't cover, like I said before, just let me know in the comments. 8 is very technical. He has a lot to discuss. So if there's some points that I missed that you need answering, just let me know and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Absolutely. So first things first, again, like I said, with 8, you want to keep your enemies close as possible. Keep your enemies closer. With 8, keep your enemies closer. Always remember that. Well, that is if 8 is ready to counterattack, you want your enemies closer. What I mean is, okay, he had his counterattack ready to go, right? Phantom Rush ready to go. So I don't want to attack B because it's going to push him back and make me have to use a turn to buff again. And I'm going to show you right quick. So we're going to get our last stand rush, push B back. So A is going to get the counterattack, but I'm not going to get the counterattack B because I broke him beforehand. Now if I attack now, he's going to hit me because my buff is going to drop off. So now I have to use this if I want the counterattack, which is pretty much a waste because it could have been avoided if I had chosen wisely. But let's go ahead and get our light speed jab plus by using Brave Attack. Let's get the counterattack. 50k damage for free. So now I have a free turn with light speed jab. It doesn't consume a turn. And this move is very important with 8 because it's what you're going to want to rotate around. Like once he has both of his buffs active, the quick bow and last stand, you want to rotate between Brave Attack and light speed jab consistently to maximize his damage. But you just saw that last attack was 50k just for a counter attack. And then he gets a follow up with his light speed jab plus, which is does a nice chunk of damage for an HP attack. You know, it's not an ability use. It does nice damage. Averages around 30k or so for free. And on the average enemy, it will cause a defensive down debuff. But these enemies are immune to defense down, so can't show you on these guys. But 8 causes the heaviest defense down debuff in the game right now. So you definitely want to take advantage of that with him. But that works on Lightspeed Jab Plus or the regular version. Either version to do it. But it only works if he breaks the enemy or hits a broken target. So keep that in mind. If they have lots of Brave and you don't break them, it's not going to activate the defense down buff. So keep that in mind. Alright, what else do we got? So they're going to try to hurt me. I don't want to be hurt. So let's put our buff back. We have 2 more turns. Okay, so let's talk about this. I can go for the Brave Attack and get my next turn ready for Lightspeed Jab Plus and make my counterattack powerful for the next enemy. Or I can use an ability and get the damage now plus increase my EX gauge faster. Alright, those are my two options. Because my counterattack is gonna activate regardless, so I'm safe. So let's get the damage now. Let's go ahead and get the damage. We'll take A. We'll spare B for now. We'll do a quick bolt. Who's gonna break both enemies? Nice, and he got 2 turns. Very nice. Alright, so now he only has one more Phantom Rush left, which is perfect because he just got his EX. But since I have 2 turns, again, you want to capitalize. Let's just go ahead and punch B in the mouth. And now let's use this. Alright? Make sure you use those turns to your advantage. You wanna, before you use his EX, you wanna make sure the enemy comes directly after you use his EX. That's very important as much as possible. Because again, he only gets 2 turns. Alright, he only gets 2 turns with his counterattack. So you wanna make sure the enemy's gonna attack you directly after you attack them. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack A, because B's gonna die. Let's see if we can kill both of them after this attack. Okay, let's see if it'll kill both with the counterattacks. There's B. Is he gonna have what it takes to kill A? I don't know, he's looking restless. We are gonna get the break though, might help. Nice. Alright, sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, I'm gonna cut it. I'll be right back with you. I'll come back with an ideal run for 8 of these 2 enemies. I'll come back and show you the proper way it's done. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a proper run with 8. This time he won't be touched at all. Again, with 8, you always want to focus on either getting that light speed jab plus as quick as possible and keeping it at all times, and or refilling his EX gauge as quick as possible. Those are your 2 primary focuses for 8. Always having his Phantom Rush buff and keeping that light speed jab plus active at all times. Those are his 2 main purposes in the battle. Get as much free damage as possible. Alright? So, let's go ahead and get this started. First things first, we don't have his last stand buff yet. That should always be your first attack with 8 to get him going. Let's keep the enemies close. I don't want to break B. Let's keep them close. Alright, now we have 2 turns. So I'm gonna go ahead and increase this so the buff doesn't drop off. Well, that sucked. So what just happened was I just wasted a counterattack ability because I jumped ahead of the enemies when I wanted them to attack afterwards, which means I have to use another Blossom ability just to make sure A doesn't get smacked. But since we did that, let's go ahead and get the maximum damage on the counterattack. This should be about 50k for free. Yeah, that's nice. Now we have a free turn with the Jab Plus and our EX. So let's go for damage. Jab Plus, right into the EX. One down. Now I got my counterattack ready to go. He's gonna miss. I'm gonna make him pay for trying to touch me. Then I'm gonna end his life. Alright, that's just a small example of 8 not being touched. That's what he's supposed to look like in battle. Alright, so yeah, man, this is just a small breakdown of 8 of his principles, do's and don'ts, general purposes for how to use them. Any questions, comments, or concern, leave them down below. I may do more. I'll definitely be having lots of solos with 8, so you'll get to see me use them a lot more and get a better feel and understanding of how to use them. But other than that, man, I hope this helped you out. For anybody that wants to use 8, I really hope it does. He's my favorite to use, so I have a pretty good understanding of him. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Hope you enjoyed. This is Shondarian. I will see you in the next video.